And it's a very good morning to everyone here at the Saturday Show. I'm Carl as your host. We're not just live on YouTube, we're also live on my Facebook profile as well for anyone who wants to watch. We've got loads of games we'll talk about later on today, including looking at the results this past week from the Champions League, as well as also sorry, not Champions League, the Europa League, sorry, as well as looking at upcoming Premier League games as well. So I hope everyone hit that like button and hit the subscribe button, and also please, share this out to friends and family if you want to watch as well too. Just give me a second. I'll bring up some latest news that's coming up, and also some breaking news as well too. We have got a busy day today as well of looking at the key games. So let's get on with the breaking news as well that's happened just in the last 20 minutes or so. We have been told that West Ham have sacked Graham Potter after a bit of poor run form after a one win in the last 5 games as well. The club has put out a statement as well, which we will bring up in the screen, and this is unfortunate as well. So at the moment, that this is what the club said. West Ham can confirm that Graham Potter has left the club. Results and performances over the course of the second half of last season and the start of the 2025-26 season have not matched expectations, and the board of directors believe that is a change uh, is necessary in order to help improve the team's position in the Premier League as soon as possible. The club can confirm that assistant coach Bruno Salo, first team coaches Billy Reid and Nakis Pilach, the lead goalkeeper coach Casper Aggregate and goalkeeper coach Linus Candonia have also left with immediate effect. The board would like to thank Graham and his coach staff for the hard work during their time with the Hammers and wish them every success for the future. The process of appointing a replacement is underway. The club will be making no further comment at this time. So that is what's happened as well. So Graham Potter has been sacked by West Ham, and it's not surprising in a way at all as well. So, like I said, we'll get Reese coming on shortly. We'll get his uptake on this one. Going to messages. Good morning, Chris. Yes, I am well, thank you. Can I have your opinion about the breaking news within the last 30 minutes about Graham Potter being sacked? And then you've come in and said it was inevitable. I thought it would be a good appointment, to be honest, but I was wrong. Yeah, it's not surprising how disappointment has been. Probably really disappointment, from the start of last season. He was only on a short term, it was only like an 18, 22-year contract. And like I said, the results have not been good at all. I'm just looking on here about all his results as well. Seen here, you know, looking at it as at the moment, last season, I think it was over. I have 54% of it was not had much win over higher percent of 54%, which is not good enough at all. And there's a lot of deeper problems at West Ham. I'm just surprised at the timing after he did his press conference yesterday. Really was very surprised about that one because he did the press conference yesterday for the pre-match against Everton on Monday night as well. Uh, it would be something. It would be interesting, Chris, if it does. But would it be? There was rumors last week or so, the week before, that Solomon Billage is being laid back to go back to the club on a short-term contract. So I don't know if Nuno. Yeah, we know Nuno's picture last week at the West Ham board, But like you said, the problem is the Nuno West Ham could be a marriage made in hell. It could be as well. He knows this, and like you said he knows his squad already. He's going to have decent enough squads. Just needs to put which Nuno does best. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. That's what Nuno does best. He's really good at that as well. So, yeah. Like I said, we're just surprised with the announcements that's come within the last half hour. We did expect that, but yeah, like I said, a change was necessary. So it's not surprise, probably the influence of Daniel Kuklinski, who is the majority, is one of the owner shareholders at West Ham, and must have said, look, something needs to change, especially he wants some point wants to buy a club as well. And good morning, Doug, as well. Potter couldn't work his magic at West Ham. Yeah, that's absolutely correct. The timing seems completely off to me, but this has been coming. It's been overdue at some point as well, and and like I said, West Ham went backwards under Potter, and I was just looking at a stat from on Twitter actually with this one, and I was really surprised what was the percentage, and I will just get up in a second. So yeah, let me just bring this up right now. It was Squawker. West Ham have lost 52% of their games of the Premier League games under Graham Potter, which is the highest loss rate of any permanent manager for the club in the competition completely as well. Yeah, yeah. Would it be risky? Probably. It probably be risky, but you know, I think like you said, but West will get better treatment compared to others. Yeah, that's so completely true. He's always had get better treatment. Uh, ooh, I don't know about that, Doug. Especially how things ended with Lampard when he moved to Chelsea in 2001. I don't know if West Ham fans would forgive him for that controversial move across London. It'd be interesting, but like I said, it would turn the fans away completely, like you just said in the comment section as well. So yeah, it's a bit of a worry with that one. I would not be surprised at all if that did happen, but it's a tough one. It really is a tough one. Yeah. So, like I said, we'll get onto the fixture announcement shortly. But like I said, if you're just woken up within the last hour or so, the breaking news is confirmed that Graham Potter has been sacked by West Ham after a dismal running form since the start of since the second half of last season when he was appointed as the manager after replacing Julian Lopetegui as Lopetegui last season. So let's get into the fixture list for today. 12:30 kickoff between Brentford and Manchester United. We'll get the team news in the next couple of minutes, soon as possible. Chelsea at home to Brighton. Liverpool go away to Crystal Palace. Leeds at home against Bournemouth. Burnley go away to Etihad to face Man City, and it's a 5:30 kickoff between Nottingham Forest and Sunderland. While it's Spurs at home against Wolves. 12:30 kickoffs in the Championship. Coventry against Birmingham. Millwall go away to Swansea. Wrexham at home to Derby. Uh, Key games later today: Ipswich against Portsmouth. Sheffield United, they still winners after Chris Wilder returning. They go away to Oxford. Bristol City lost their first game of last weekend against Oxford. They go away to Preston. QPR away at Hillsborough to face Sheffield Wednesday. Southampton against Middlesbrough. Stoke against Norwich, and Watford against Hull. And in the Scottish Premiership, we're back. We've got a full list of fixtures. Hibs go away to Celtic. Dundee at home against Kilmarnock. Hearts against Falkirk. Dundee go away to Paisley to face St Mirren, and it's the 5:45 kickoff between Motherwell and Aberdeen. It's another back-to-back weekend games as well. After Aberdeen lost to Motherwell at home in the Scottish League Cup, Jimmy Fillings is under pressure after their defeat earlier this week as well. A couple of games in League One, key games as well. 12:30 kick-off between Wimbledon against Wickham. Leighton Orient against Stevenage. Huddersfield, they go away to Exeter. Luton, they're still trying to catch up. They're home to Doncaster. Bradford, with their good run of form, they're home to Blackpool. See here as well. Stockport go home to Reading, and Cardiff, after their first loss against Bradford City last weekend, they're away at Wigan. And in League Two, the unbeaten team Gillingham at home to Harrogate. Barnet away at Oldham. We'll see other teams here as well that Tranmere at home against Cambridge United. Bromley go away to Swindon. And also in the National League for Chris Calla at home to Rochdale. Yeah, as well. In this, we've got some fixtures in the Scotch Cup first round. They're all kicking off games in the local clubs on the screen on there. And also in the Scottish Championship that A night home to Adronians, Ross County go away to Morton, and Queen's Park against St Johnston. And the Scottish League 2, Elgin away at home to Spartans, and Edinburgh City, they go away to Forfar Athletic as well. And also down in the European leagues, Real Madrid go away to it's the Madrid derby between Atletico and Real Madrid at 3:15, and Villarreal at home to Athletic at 8 o'clock kickoff as well. And so we got loads of fixtures coming up as well. And the German's Bundesliga, Dortmund away to Mainz, and Bayern Leverkusen at St. Pauli, and it's the 5:30 kick between Borussia Mönchengladbach against Eintracht Frankfurt as well, and also in League 1 as well. In go for Serie A, actually, Juventus at home to Atalanta, and Calgary at home to Inter Milan. Como against Cremonese at 2 o'clock later today. And in League 1 itself, PSG home to Auxerre at 8:05, and Monaco go away to Lorient at 4 o'clock as well. For tomorrow's games as well, we've got 2 games on Sunday in the Premier League. We have Aston Villa against Fulham and Newcastle at home to Arsenal in the 4:30 kickoff, and it's a must-win game for Russell Martin. Livingston their way at Livingston as well. Also looking at the rest of the European leagues, Barcelona home to Real Sociedad, which is now we're going to be playing at the Olympic Stadium in Barcelona, and Betis against Osasuna as well. And then the German Bundesliga, Freiburg home to Hoffenheim, Stuttgart go to Cologne, SC Cologne, and Union Berlin against Hamburg. And then there's some key games tomorrow in the 7:45 kickoff. It is AC Milan against Napoli tomorrow evening as well. And then also on Monday night, one game in the Premier League, which is West Ham manage West Ham, they go away to Everton as well. And just a couple of games on the Sunday as well for the other leagues across Europe as well. We know that Rennes are home to Lens, and Lyon against Lyon later in the afternoon evening time as well. So those are all the fixtures coming this weekend. Let's say good morning to Reese. Reese, good morning to you.
Morning, mate. How are we?
We are good, thanks. We had some breaking news in the last 25, 40 minutes.
Potter sacked. Yeah,
Let's talk about that. What's your reaction to it?
not surprised. He's a shit manager. I said on last week's show, he's not a good manager. Of course, he was getting the sack. It was the right thing. Yeah, right. It was my opinion. They did it at the wrong time. They should have done it months ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Should have done it months ago. 52% is the loss percentage. That's the highest any of a permanent West Ham manager in the Premier League. I used to, like I say, you're surprised that this was not done sooner, but are you surprised this happened after his press conference yesterday?
Yeah. Either he said something they've taken as an indirect threat, or they're like, "Nah, we just can't trust you anymore." But I mean, they've bit the bullet. They've made the right choice. They've sacked him. I think Nuno's going to get the job, and if so, West Ham are going right up the table. Shit.
Yeah, we have got confirmation. They are now, as Simon Stone, the BBC Sport chief football reporter, hopeful that the deal with Nuno will be done and his appointment will be confirmed today. So,
Yeah.
that's just coming in the last couple of minutes. So that look like that deal is going to be done and dusted by the end of today.
Yeah. Great. Damn.
Just seeing here, since Graham Potter's first game in charge in the 40th of January, West Ham have won fewer points than any other present Premier League side, which is 23.
That's not even funny as well. Like, it's ridiculous.
Did you expect, especially we talked about this the last couple of weeks, that we knew his time was going to be up, and we didn't know who was going to be the manager. There was talks about Simon Billy's coming back to the club, but now it's definitely it's going to be Nuno, and he should be in the seat before Monday
Mhm.
night's game against Everton. But do you think the West Ham board have been so slow, especially because of how the ownership model is? We know Daniel Kukrinski, who is one of the biggest shareholders alongside David Saltford and the Gold family estate. Do you think that something has to change, not just in the playing squad, but across the club as well, which has been a bit of a rotten to the core for the last couple of years since the move to the London Stadium?
Oh, absolutely. I think any ownership model that's so lazy needs to be changed immediately. Like, going from that to a relative expectation isn't going to work, and that's why you just can't trust it. It's ridiculous. But yeah, they need to make changes now. They've made one change. But also, whoever they bring in, they've got to back this person. They can't be. They can't be 50-50 support on whoever a new manager is going to be. Like, they have to be all in. And if this person asks for certain things, you've got to give them it. You've got to.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sort of back you on that one. As I said, it's just been a slow start, and also a bit of a scattergun transfer window as well, which was they did have, especially the sign of 33-year-old Callum Wilson, who's suspected to be
Yeah.
their leader, and that's not been working out. The sign Mateus Fernandez from Southampton, but it's
Yeah.
just not good enough what's been happening at all at the moment with everything. And as I said, it's just surprising. It's surprising how it's just been a really poor appointment from the start after since for the Hammers completely, especially when it got during Lopetegui, who they wanted from the start the last couple of
Yeah.
and now they go from this to Potter. But hopefully we can see an improvement completely as well.
Same. I agree. I don't know what's going to come from it though, but we'll certainly find out. There's certainly some ambition here now if they can go and do that, but I don't know. West Ham need their better players like Paqueta and Jared Bowen to really step up now. Like, I know Jared Bowen's been decent at times, but he really needs to step up and show himself. Otherwise, what more can you do? They've got a decent squad. They just really suck at football.
Yeah, absolutely. They just suck at the moment.
Like
They really do.
they're
I was getting to some messages
it's
in the
it's
comments as well.
West Ham are like watching Rangers. That's what it is.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Four of our promotes get the National League go ahead. So yeah, congratulations to Lewis and beating Russell Martin. Yeah, I
Oh
know.
yeah, 100%. Rangers won't win.
Doug fancy he'd say he backs his Levy to beat Rangers tomorrow, as well. And looking here, as Chris said, my that's changed my West Ham prediction instantly. Doug thinks he doubts that Newell will take the team, but like I said, there's no one at the club, there's no one at the moment, because all Graham Potter and his staff are gone. So they're gonna have this appointment will be done by Monday. I think it will be. I think the deals only verbally agrees just get finalized. So I think he will be in the dugout by on Monday night. I really do
Yeah,
see that.
coming
Good
in
morning. Good
breaking from
morning.
breaking
Yeah,
from breaking from Man United this morning. The front three in today's game is Embuemo, Sesko, Cunha.
is that what was needed?
Had to go for a better. Had to go for the new front three in full, and he's gone for it against Brentford.
Yeah, no, absolutely as well. Uh, yeah, we'll turn it after parties. It's what players do. That is true. They always do that. They do that all the time as well. Oh, good morning to my gig buddy Stefan. Yeah, thank you, Stefan. At least you're joining us, and at
Yeah,
least I sent you the link. So we'll hopefully get you on the show, Stefan, as well too over the course of the season. We can talk about Hibs as well as talk
yeah,
about fantasy football as well, fantasy Premier League as well too. So we'll get you on the show during the course of the season as well.
absolutely.
Ooh, Michael's asked us a question. Will Villa and Wolves stick with their managers while they remain in the bottom three?
No,
I would say Emery. I think more Pereira, because he's just signed a 3-year contract extension before last weekend's game, which was a bit baffling. So
yeah, I think Wolves will stick, but Villa I think will bail out. Like, I like Unai Emery, but I go back to what I said on last week's show. It's either he's taken them as far as they go, or they've stripped his squad so bad over PSR, which is insane that they've got PSR issues. But
but do you
they've
think as well, because that's most of that squad's been there since Dean Smith, they've not evolved.
yeah, but they have brought in new players. But when you sell Duran for 77 million, when you sell Diaby for high price, when you sell Jacob Ramsey, another exciting player, like, genuinely there's so many issues that they've got that you can't differentiate from. But they need to keep Emery. They need to find a way to fix this out. But there's still some players in that squad that have to go. Obviously, they've got a player I really do like, and I know I said that a few times last week. All players like I would take in my club, but one player I would immediately take in my club from their squad is Morgan Rogers.
Yeah,
I'm a big Morgan Rogers fan, and Jacob Ramsey's another, and he went to the clown show, but I would take Rogers in a heartbeat. I think Villa really need to start looking at their squad.
yeah.
The How they've got such a high PSR makes no sense.
No, it doesn't as well. Recruitment has been shocking as well. Yeah. If this is the end of manager top level, yeah, which well, that contract that he had, it was actually a 5-year contract for I remember. It wasn't a three, it was
Yeah,
a 5-year
it
contract.
was 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a long as well. And like Chris said, Wolves are just set to by the looks of it, especially what's going on in the ownership situation as well. It's not be surprising, to quite honestly. Yeah. And
Hmm.
Chris could see they will keep everything now for the company, but now, do they really want a Spurs season from last season? Yeah, that's another huge worry as well, completely, if they did that as well. So
Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
Oh, good morning, Ant, our favorite Leicester fan. Vilford should learn from Leicester by holding on for just for too long.
Oh yeah, we need to win today purely because we've got a fan that needs to get a haircut.
I
That's
know. Frank. Yeah, I've seen it. Has it been more than what 300 days? More than that?
a lot longer than that.
Longer than
Yeah,
500? Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
yeah. We need to get 5 wins in a row, and his afro's like this.
I
It's
know. It's
huge.
more bigger. It's more bigger than the one I used to have.
Mm. Yeah, we really need to win today anyway. But I think we will anyway. But like we,
Yeah,
we, the worst thing is though, it's like the amount of times that we're creating chances and dominating play, but not finishing them. Like today, we really have to. We're playing three forwards today that we spent so much money on. They have to score today in abundance. Like they need to. And Sesko really needs to get a goal more than anybody today. He really
yeah,
needs
he
to get a
does.
goal.
He certainly does. He certainly does. Yeah, really think Celtic Hayes will get beat by Celtic today. Our defense is quite shaky at this moment in time. Yeah, I did confirm it, especially when I think when you were 3-1 down to Dundee United the other week. I was a bit concerned about that as well. Well, a bit surprised about that as well. But you come back to get a draw, which is fair. Yeah, Chris agrees. Yeah, United needs to win today. Otherwise, it's just same old when they turn up when they want. And that's something that what Ruben Amorim said in his press conference yesterday. That the players just turn up when it is to win. Is that concerning? How that's how the players' mentality has been for quite a long time.
Oh yeah, massively. And he's trying to. His problem is that he is so brutally honest, but he has been trying to praise the players a whole lot more in recent weeks. But he is trying to show, like he did say in his press conference, which is good. Like the way we played last week. Yes, it was against 10-man Chelsea, and eventually we went down to 10 men as well. But it should never have been a send off for Casemiro, in my opinion.
Yeah, no,
But
absolutely.
but even so, like he said, that's what he means by even if we're playing the system, we still play with freedom. We still play with commitment and focus, and we dominate teams. And he's like, this is what he's talking about. He's like, he hopes that the players will continue this. So he's summing up what the players can do, but they need to believe in it themselves. If they don't, they're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I know I got a question for you actually, Reese, and Stefan is also a Man United fan as well as his fan. He
Oh,
just said,
shit.
"Yeah,
Okay.
is Ruben Amorim the right man for Man United? Would you stick with the manager if you were the owner? Would you bring in a fresh new manager with a new outlook and style?"
Ooh, okay. For me,
It's a tough one, isn't it?
mhm. So I absolutely think that there's still more that he can add to the squad. But for me, I actually still think he's good enough for the Man United job. But one thing that I would demand from him is to be more flexible in terms of his matches. He can play the system all he wants, but I want to see him be a bit more flexible in terms of the the system. The football has actually been better for the past since the start of the season. We've actually played some good football. The problem is it's the same stubbornness to change. If that didn't happen, then I would move him on in the circumstance. And I know people are going to go out there now and say, "Oh, we get an Areola, we get whatever." I'm on that point now. I've gone back to where I was 6 years ago, and cut down 2 years ago, and 3 years ago, and before the last World Cup. I don't care whoever gets the job now. That person's not on my side. There's only two managers in world football I want to get this job now. Whoever gets the job, I don't care how they do. There's only two managers I want. Hansi Flick is my backup. Julian Nagelsmann is my front runner. I don't care who gets the job. If it's not one of those two, I don't care.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
no,
I generally do not care anymore. The only style I want is their high pressing German style. Like that's the only style of football I want back in Man United. It's the only style I want. Like Areola can get the job, and I like Areola, but I don't care. Like that's where I am, and I'm not changing that anymore. If I see any Man United fan going, "Oh, I want this manager," I'm like, "Okay, cool. I don't care." Like
yeah.
I honestly don't care.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that as well. So we just see here as well, as you said, the front three, Cunha, Bermo, and Sesko start up front. So the front, that's the first time that
Yep.
the new front three will play for the first time today. We're also, hearing that all three changes it falls with Casemiro, Abdiello, and Nasser Mazarari unavailable. So Cunha
Yeah.
starts Ahmed as well. Mario Ugarte replaces the suspended Casemiro, and Dallo returns from injury for Mazuri in the right wing back. And for Brentford, Denga Otara starts in the place of Keane Lewis Potter. Aaron Hickey is over change. He replaces Ethan Pinnock, who's been back in the back for the last three games. So it looks like this is going to be a 4-3-3 formation up with Otara, Shada, and Thiago up front.
Even
Uh,
against even against Brentford, he still doesn't start Kobe Manu. You know what? See, for that alone, sack Amorim after this game. Like, what more does Kobe Manu have to do to start a fucking game?
mm,
Like, I'm actually getting sick of it. Has Ugarte been a flop 100%?
yeah, I agree. I agree.
Like, there's something seriously wrong with him as well. Like, how can you go from being a seriously good, dominant midfielder where you actually have so much energy and you can tackle for days and you last 90 minutes to you barely last 65 minutes in a Man United team? I'm sorry, but there's something seriously wrong there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's something seriously wrong there, especially when you're not playing. Probably one of the best. Probably, I agree. He's probably one of United's best players completely, which is a bit baffling to see that he's not even got a start out a game under Amorim as much this season.
This is a game where he can control play against Brentford. We don't need to play an Ugarte or whatever against Brentford. We should be playing Mainu in the midfield. He lets him control the tempo, let him dictate the play. And then if Fernandez wants to play in that play him in that number 8 role where he can get forward, cool. Mainu can control the ball, but the fact that he won't play him, if a club comes in for Mainu, he's gonna go, I want out. Like if someone comes in for him, he'll be like, I want out now because you're clearly not trusting me.
Yeah, yeah, that's a bit of a worry. Yeah, it's a bit of a worry with that one, absolutely as
And
well.
I've seen people saying, "Oh, we don't want another Garnacho situation. We don't want Mainu to get overconfident and like develop an ego." Every time Kobe Mainu plays, whether it be from the bench or whether he starts, he always gives his best. He never plays with that attitude of, "Oh, I've got to start." But there's no one in our midfield that is better than Kobe Mainu. No central midfielder we have is better than Kobe Mainu. Or
Yeah,
playing in that holding role. No one. Like this is what I'm saying about Amorim. Like Amorim's got, if he wants to play two number 10s behind a striker, I'm okay with that. But if you're going to play two number 10s, play the three man version of the same system. Play a four at the back, three central midfielders, play two 10s, and then play your striker. Put Kobe Manu into midfield with Fernandez and maybe Casemiro, and you're good. Or, since I'm obsessed with Nagelsmann, just do what Nagelsmann does. Play Ugarte Manu as the two in midfield. Play Fernandez and Buemo Cunha as two inside 10s on the flank of Fernandez, then play Sesko up front on his own. But this is the problem where like Amorim's got the style of play, like actually works, but he needs to adapt his systems. He needs to be like, you know what, in some games I can change it. Change it. It's not gonna kill him. It'll
Yeah,
actually get fans on side, fans that are doubtful of him. If he was to change his system a little bit, they would actually back him.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. It's a concern when someone is so stubborn and don't want to change their tactics and then you adapt it to something in a situation. If you're like 1-0 down or something, you do
Mourinho,
need, yeah,
bloody Mourinho's been back at Benfica, what, 2 weeks? And he's played 4 matches already. He's played a 4-4-2, a 4-3-1-2. He's played a 4-3-3 and a 4-2-3-1 in those matches. He's constantly changed the system and they keep winning games. They've went from 5th place to 2nd. They're a point behind the leaders already. That says a lot.
it does. It certainly does, actually. Yeah, yeah. Wow, that is what a difference, especially when you've changed your tactics in 4 games in a row, and then
And he keeps the same players, but he's changing the systems to make I think he's trying to find the right system, but he's making Benfica look so unpredictable. Ricardo Rios, who I'm a huge fan of, he was somebody I wanted in the summer before Benfica nabbed him. Same with that Angelo Stiller. Like, he's put him in midfield and he's got the best of him. That Pavlidis has scored, 5 goals since Mourinho took over?
yeah,
Like, he's been flying. And I'm like, like, imagine if he had Florentino, if he hadn't gone to Burnley on loan. Imagine he hadn't had Kochu on loan if he hadn't gone to Turkey. Oh, those two players fit a Mourinho team perfectly.
mm, yeah,
They
100%.
would have been incredible with him.
Yeah,
It's a shit.
100%.
I don't know if they've got a recall clause, but if they do, I hope Mourinho tries and uses it.
Yeah, we hope so. We hope so as well. It's just gone after 11:30. Let's get on.
Exactly, Chris. Exactly.
Yeah, great managers adapt. Chris is right. Great managers adapt.
That is
So
that, and also the fact that great managers adapt, but great managers are force adaptation on the league. They force the league to adapt to them. That's the difference. And yeah, Mourinho's finished apparently. Mourinho's going to win Liga Portugal this season. He's going to walk in and take the league straight away from Sporting.
yeah, I
And
think so as well.
Sporting don't know how to react. I like watching Benfica anyway, but I've watched all the Mourinho games so far, and they've actually looked really good.
Yeah, it's not a surprise as well.
To
Uh,
answer, I don't think so, Stefan. I like Hearts, but no, I don't think you can still split them. You can finish above them. Like Hearts could finish above Rangers in the league, but that doesn't split the old firm, in my opinion. If you want to really split the old firm, you win the league.
you win the league exactly.
And then Rangers and Celtic finish 2nd and 3rd. Or something goes crazy, Hibs finish above Rangers and Rangers finish in the 4th or something. That's splitting the league. Rangers and Celtic can be in the 1st and 3rd, but that doesn't split them at any point. If you really want to split them, you've got to win the league.
Yeah, no, that's 100% true actually. And we are coming on to your well
I
disappointing
want
rage.
someone just shoot Russell Martin. I don't care how much it costs. Just
It, yeah, it was a disappointing weekend, and there was not a lot. There was not much big crowd this past week. Yeah, after
yeah,
in Europa League, you lost 1-0 to Ging through a goal from a former Celtic striker, Onu Ian who scores against you.
I know.
And
Oh,
oh yeah,
apparently, like the favorite to replace him is either Sean Dyche or Steven Gerrard.
I have heard about this. Yeah,
If Sean Dyche is the favorite, okay. But as much as I like a 4-4-2, I want him to play a 4-3-3.
yeah,
Like he needs to actually be more than, again, stuck to a system. Like I want to see him actually use a 3-man midfield and a front three and actually try and be on the offensive. If it's against Celtic, he needs to play compact and defensive. Then fair enough, I get that, but I want to see if he can actually play an attacking dominant style of football with a 4-3-3. I do not want to see Rangers playing a defensive 4-4-2.
Yeah.
At least I know Sean Dyche plays a high line. He likes a high line in a 4-4-2. But there's games where he had Everton playing dominant football. They just didn't score. At Rangers, I want to see him play a high line, dominant football, score, and win trophies. That's if he gets the job. If he gets it, cool. But I don't think going back to Steven Gerrard is the answer, because a Premier League job will come and he'll go, yeah, of course, and then run. Wow, I did a Scouse accent for the first time and it was
You did
perfect.
actually. Bloody hell. We got to clip that one. So,
How the hell did I manage a Scouse accent like that at the first attempt? I'll never manage that again.
no, you won't. No, you won't.
Yeah, of course. No, I did it actually. No, that was funny. Oh, that was funny. Oh, that was funny. Nah, Rangers won't be in a relegation battle, but Russell Martin will be in a battle to save his life. If I see him, I genuinely will honestly try to choke him to death, because I absolutely hate what he's doing. He's a horrible manager.
Mm. And also another sending off as well from Mohamed Diam's first half dismissal. It just helps skink so much in that game from start to finish. And
Yeah,
I'm just
awful.
surprised. They should have won 3-0 by the count of it again. I was just surprised it
Oh
was
yeah,
1-0 loss. So
I agree. I agree, and it never happens anyway. But ugh, horrible. Eh?
yeah, it's absolutely horrible as well. Let's get on to Aston Villa. It was a disappointing, even though the 1-0 win, but it's more disappointing, especially over Watkins had his penalty saved, in the second half. Villa just don't look confident at the moment, and I
No.
know that there was a lot of negative reception for Morgan Rogers, but I'm just a bit surprised how they booed one of their best players. But surprisingly, it's just been a really slow start, and especially Monchi's got left Aston Villa early this week. So there's been a lot of questions about, like you said, the PSR and the transfer polls that they have, and like I said, some of the players that still, I can count looking at the lineup itself. We could go back to Konza, McGinn, Buendia are the only
Mhm.
players that still, with the starting level that was under pretty much D Smith as well, and Tyrone Mings as well on the bench. It just
Yeah.
and it just shows that there's been, like I said, it's been a bit of a slow start, really.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's what we were expecting, really. But I don't know how they turn it around. I really don't. Do you just bail out and go for something new? But again, like it would be a it would be a bad decision for me if they do that. I hope they don't, but we know how football works these days.
Yeah, absolutely as well. And I think, when I thought Emmy Martinez would have gone to you guys this summer, and I thought maybe
Yeah,
they could improve the squad a lot more, because that's when that cycle, because he's been there for so
same.
long as well. So
Absolutely.
yeah, and Chris says some players are not playing for Emery anymore. In his opinion, I
Yeah,
don't know. I think there's a mix. I think it'd be 50-50 on that one. I really do. I just think at this particular moment, the way the Champions League last season, and I think they just dropped the ball completely after, towards the end of last season and missed out on the Champions League. And it just
yeah,
shows how much that is affecting them with the transfer policy of, when you let, like said, James Karachi go to Newcastle, you let one of your youth academy players, who was probably
yeah,
one of their best players, go to your rival club, your rival Champions League, club. That does not make no sense. And I think, like I
yeah,
said, yes, they sold John Duran for nearly 80 million euros, and look how that's turned out for him, and he's not done well. So, to quite
Exactly.
honestly, yeah, it just shows there's a lack of faith at the moment, and especially, you know, and that's true. Emery did what now before the end of the full time against Sunday last week. He said the players were he criticized the players and said they were lazy, and it's not surprising, that despite Sunday went on to 10 men, so they still look more better than Villa did, despite when Max got scored a goal. But they're just so lagging at the moment. And the way Emery said, we did win one game, which was in the preseason, but the preseason doesn't count at the moment. It doesn't count as for your good form.
No, exactly. It never does. That's why you should only watch preseason to see how your players get on in terms of fitness and if they're doing the work. But you shouldn't be getting so hyped if you win 4 games in preseason. Never get that hype because it'll come back to bite you in the ass.
Oh yeah, 100%. It will. It definitely does. It definitely does as well. It certainly does. And look, I don't know how Villa will improve. They got they're they got the tomorrow. They do play against Fulham tomorrow, and I just don't see Fulham getting a result out this one. I don't see it at this moment. I really don't. I think Fulham, getting a win last week against Brentford comfortably. I think I may have put this in the draw in the sports brew predictor. So it wouldn't be surprised if Fulham get a good point at Villa Park tomorrow.
Yes, I think so. I think it'll happen. But they do need their attacking players to actually step up. They need to step up massively, and wherever those so-called leaders are, step up as well.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Do you think the Villa squad is very imbalanced?
I think they're so used to playing central midfielders as wingers, it really doesn't help.
Mm,
Like Emery likes his 4-man midfield, but he's got so many central players. Why not just switch up to like a diamond midfield?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I know that's been one of his tactics in the past when he was like, Sevilla and stuff as well. So that could
Exactly.
be a bit of a change that needs to happen. To quite honest with you.
Yeah, exactly. I think Nuno's going to West Ham, Stefan.
Yeah, that deal should be done within the next 24 hours at least, or less than that. So I'll get news on that to announce later on today as well. Actually, let's talk about the other results. Celtic, a 1-1 draw in Belgrade against Red Star Belgrade. Again, another pretty much a disappointing result. They could have won that game but Iliacho gets his goal, but March Altinovic scored in 10 minutes after. Um, was it a deserved point for Celtic?
No, just out of pure bias. No. I don't think they played all that well, but they got the point they need. That's the difference.
Again, in a hostile ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. On that basis alone, I'll say yes, but still, stuff Celtic.
Mm, mm. Nottingham Forest was denied a triumphant return in European action when former Manchester United Anthony scored in the 80th minute equaliser. And this was for its first match in Europe for 29 years. They had a bad start when Cedric Bambaku scored in the 50th minute, but it was an entertaining game when Igor Jesus scored two goals in the space of 5 minutes in the first half. But yeah, what was your take on Forest's result in Seville?
I think they needed the result. Obviously, for them, there's a lot of expectation riding on them. Getting rid of Nuno, you bring in Ange. You want to start strong. In a way, you kind of get that, but the reality, obviously, is now like in the next game they have to win. Like they can't afford to not drop any more points in the next phase. They need to look at their defense as well. Ange, for all the good he can bring as a manager, he's a very good attacking manager. He likes to play a certain style of football. He needs to somehow get this defense organized. Otherwise, Forest fans will be like, yes, we've got a great attacking manager, but he can't organise a defence if they can't sort shit out.
Yeah, he's a huge worry as well too as well. Yeah, finally we'll get on to the League Cup action as well earlier this week. Like I said, Liverpool won 2-1 against Southampton. Hugo Ekitike scored the goal and then gets sent second in book of offense for a red card as well. Well, I know, and it's not said it was a bit. He thought it was a bit stupid, for his decision. But do you think some point that goal celebration should be a little bit less lenient in a way, especially when you celebration?
In a way, yeah. But I also think if it gets to that point, it'll then lead to, well, what can you bring in? What can you not bring in terms of football celebrations? Like we saw how ridiculous people went for the Chloe Kelly celebration for the offside goal against Germany at the Euros. Yeah,
Yeah.
offside to any England fan. There's a bit of knowledge for you. Um, like plain and simple. Like Chloe Kelly done a Gerrard, she was offside, and they're like, "No, we'll still give you the goal anyway." Um, but obviously she removed her shirt and she's running around in like her shorts and sports bra, and it ignited a crowd. It ignited a lot of internet reaction,
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I
and
remember that.
people are like, "Oh, she's a proud talent. She's a proud footballer celebrating a late winner to win a trophy. This is what you want to see." And then you had people online going, "We see men doing this all the time, but is this the right answer? Maybe not." And you're like, "Well, if they can do it, then so can they." And it'll get to the debate of, should we now just allow shirt removal? And if they want to, fine, but I don't know. It never seems to end well when it comes to removing clothing celebration, because if someone sees that up close and personal, they're going to react in multiple ways, and
Mm,
it never goes well, both for the men and the women. That's why I brought up that as an example, because it's prominent. But
yeah.
yeah, it's not helpful. And yeah, the mess one where he took the shirt off, he's still wearing the Under Armour.
Yeah.
You know
True.
what? I'll second that. If a player who's going to celebrate with their shirt, like, even if, like, for me going forward, like, personally, like, footballers anyway should be wearing the Under Armour anyway. Like, even if it's not short sleeve, you don't have to wear short sleeve Under Armour anymore. You can actually, long sleeve, you can wear short sleeve.
Yeah.
But, like, if you want to wear, if you're the type of player who loves a remove the top celebration, then wear the Under Armour under, at least underneath. That, in my way, would actually prevent a bookable offence, because you're not exposing any skin at that point.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, and a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, well, the Under Armour's like, well, I wear Under Armour. Under Armour's actually really good for you in that way." So
Hmm.
exactly.
No, it's a fair point. Fair point as well. Looking at other results, nearly a scare for Chelsea after they went 1-0 down against Lincoln, but they've won 2-1 at the Elliott.
Embarrassing.
It was embarrassing
Embarrassing.
performance. Yeah, it was.
There's no way to defend Chelsea for that.
No, you can't defend Chelsea with that one as well. I totally agree as well. Let's see. Everton lost 2-0 away at Wolves. Arsenal winning 2-0 at Port Vale on Wednesday night. Eze's getting his first goal since he joined the club last month. Arsenal's performance, how do you sum that up?
Typical Arsenal. Shite.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely as well. Man City win at Huddersfield 2-0. Phil Foden and Savinho scores. Is Phil Foden getting slowly back to his best, or and does he fit into Thomas Tuchel's system if he does get in the World Cup squad next summer?
Ugh, don't even put them in. Don't even put them in. Like, what is the point? They're still not good enough. Quite frankly, this is going to sound controversial, but if I was Thomas Tuchel, I'm not taking any Arsenal players to the World Cup. I don't
Not even
care. I don't
not
care
even
if you're,
Declan Rice.
no, no, because if you want to hold someone like Donkey accountable, then you simply don't do it. Like, they don't take that moron accountable. They're happy to play the linchpin football that Mikel Arteta plays, and I'm sorry, but for me, I would punish them. Like Declan Rice, you can score a free kick, but what else can you do? No, I wouldn't even take you. As for um, as for Bukayo Saka, I've said it numerous times anyway. The lad's overrated.
Mm,
So like even though he's a decent player, he's overrated too much. I wouldn't take someone like that anyway
yeah.
because he doesn't change games.
No. No, no, not really as well. Newcastle beating Bradford 4-1 earlier this week, and Spurs beating Doncaster 3-0. Coming on to Spurs, they've had another takeover rumor that's happened this past 24 hours from
Yeah.
a former American DJ. Do you think Spurs will be sold at some point? Do you think there will be new ownership hands, not this season, but within the next 18 to 24 months?
Yeah, I think they will. I was very surprised as well to hear that Daniel Levy's been banned from entering Hotspur Way or something like that. So's
Yeah.
also Daniel Levy's wife, who worked for the club's also banned.
Yes.
I get it. I'm not a big fan of Daniel Levy, but I'm sorry. That's a horrible way to treat him.
Well, yeah, it's interesting how that is when I saw the story about it. It's just I for me, yes, he was a very Marmite figure at Spurs. Whether you love him or hate him, you
Yeah.
know, yes, having not winning only winning two trophies in 25 years is a bit, excuse me, it's very dismal.
Mhm.
But he did bring the club a bit of finances, especially building that billion pound stadium, which is going to help
Exactly.
their revenues and so forth.
Yes.
But it looks like, but like I said, I think the way he was always been hard negotiator and stuff, and that was the question. And especially if they got Eze in,
Jesus.
then
Jesus.
I don't think he would have been gone.
Doug, no.
No,
Jesus.
Doug, no,
Doug, that's a sackable offense.
yeah.
You evil man. You evil man. That is horrible.
Wow, yeah, Doug, seriously, yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Listen, I just think Spurs will be sold, and I wouldn't be surprised if it would be sold to an American consortium or Amanda Stavely, who has been linked with that club for quite a while.
See if she
Eh,
gets that job, oof, Spurs will turn around big time.
and it'll be the last. She'll have the last laugh of the way her and her husband left Newcastle because
Yeah.
yeah, because I'll let me tell you something. Newcastle would not have sold Isaac if she was still there.
You know what's funny as well is if she owns Spurs as well, she's got one advantage on Newcastle already. Tottenham have legit revenue.
Yeah,
Tottenham can spend if she bought or got involved and took over Spurs. She can do what Newcastle can do. She can build a squad, make a smart signings, but she can go straight for the big guns already. She
yeah,
doesn't. She doesn't need to wait.
no,
She could spend 300 million like that, it'd be even better because then the barcode merchants will cry. But Tottenham could literally go from here right up here, and then Newcastle be like right back down.
yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point as well, actually. Yeah, it would be that would be interesting, and I think this takeover is going to be lingering quite a while as well.
Yeah,
Okay, actually, Stefan, you've asked us a question. I know you love your Wrexham as well, so I will get on to that as well. So let me get up the draw for that as well. So we know that Wrexham will be home against Cardiff in the next round. Nathan's going to be wow. I don't know how Nathan's going to cope with that, but
he
that is going
doesn't.
to be that's a fixture of that. That is a huge fixture in that next round.
I will be surprised if Nathan goes to that game. Like I will be. In fact, no, that's the wrong words. I'll be surprised if Nathan doesn't go.
Yeah,
It'd be absolutely funny. It's either us or it'll either be us or Spurs. I think if King comes back to the Premier League.
Yeah, it would be as well. Actually, I think.
If he goes to Spurs with new ownership, they've got ambition to win. Harry Kane in that sort of side, oofed.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of Harry Kane, but I'm logical.
yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, so the fourth round draw: Arsenal at home to Brighton, Brentford go away to Grimsby Town, Swansea against Man City, Newcastle against Spurs, Liverpool against Crystal Palace, Wolves against Chelsea, and Wickham against Fulham. Yeah,
Goodbye, Arsenal.
yeah, I can
Walt
see.
Walt made to dunk them with a hat trick, probably.
Yeah, I would be surprised if Arsenal get knocked out by Brighton. It would not be a surprise at all. So, yeah,
Brighton will beat them. I think Newcastle will go through, and then Newcastle after that will get eliminated in the fifth round.
yeah, I can also see. Yeah, I would not be surprised if Grimsby beat Brentford. I would not be surprised.
Me neither. Brighton are definitely taking the cup seriously.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
bad for their manager Hersler. He's had to deal with a lot of shit, but like,
yeah. I remember a couple of weeks ago, it was Chloe from the Seagull Social was putting up, said there's been a lot of fan pressure on Hertzler at the start, and I'm like, really,
yeah,
really, especially you know, you did lose a lot of good players this past season and this summer, and you actually done quite well to keep certain players that were linked with to Man United over clubs as well. So you done
exactly.
quite all right. I think Wickham. Interesting. I think Fulham will beat Wickham away. I think Chelsea, despite their poor run of form, and there's questions about Enzo Maresca, is he getting the best? If he's getting the best out of Cole Palmer, who's now injured until the next international break, is he a bit more? Is he a bit more restrict? Is Cole Palmer being restricted under Maresca's tactics?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I think there's no other way about it. I think there's no other way about it. I still don't understand why Brentford have gave the job to
Keith
to t-
Andrews.
yeah. They've given it to a set piece coach, which I just don't understand.
Listen, at some point he's gonna lose his job. So we'll say at some point, if like I said, the result last week against Fulham. Yeah, you could see that own goal. I'm like, how did that own goal happen again in the second space of the week after when Goodmanson headed into the wrong net, which he came off his face, which I will admit it wasn't on the
Yeah.
but yeah, I just with Brentford, I know, but I did say this season Brentford will be in that bottom that relegation top battle top completely this season.
Yeah, 100%.
And I can see how the lead. What do you think of Leeds win on last Saturday against Wolves?
Hughes really needed it. Decent result. I think Palace are going to beat Liverpool
It's a close.
again.
It's a
But
close game. It's a close game. This is going to be a close game. I did put this. I aged it 2-1 to Liverpool because I just feel like Palace will just find a way, and then that was it. But I hope they prove me wrong.
I think Palace will win 2-1. I think the opposite of you. I think Palace will win 2-1.
Mm,
They've got their number and they've got a brilliant manager. But top man, thanks, Stefan. I think there's a whole lot of way about it. I think in terms of Leeds, like you really need the win last week because again it was a 6 pointer.
yeah.
But it sounds harsh, but after you won that game, you should have sacked Daniel Farka. He ain't taking you anywhere. I won't praise that man for the life of me. Delia
No,
Smith
listen,
is waiting
I'm
for
not
him.
praising. I'm not. As I said, I'm not praising him as well at this moment in time. Look, maybe the difference is
Yep,
because he's got the more resources, and I think he's changed his tactics now that he's done a lot more than he never did in the past when he was at Norwich in the last.
yep,
Maybe I'll give it that, but at this moment, it's still too early to say after 5 games. But after all the teams, it's been the most points, the more point. It's been the best return of points for all three promote sides this season at the start of the season. I think it's about 19 at the
yep.
moment. So
He
which
is
is
a stripper man. He is a stripper manager, Chris.
he is. Listen, I will accept that. I will accept that. He's one of the stripper managers, right?
He can
And that he's
fuck
gonna
off.
have that tag and he's gonna have that tag for quite a while, which I will accept. But if we like I said, it depends. I don't think the Spurs game next week that's going to be a write off because we know that it's if we compete that's fine, but we know it's going to be a write off because Spurs will just win that game. But if we beat
Compete,
but if we beat
compete.
Bournemouth today, which is the Tyler Adams derby, then
Tyler Adams, Derby, that's top tier.
Oh, I know. He's not gonna. He's not gonna be. He's not gonna be. He's gonna be working quite well. When I say well, you know what I mean. So
Oh, I do, and that's what makes me laugh.
yeah, yeah. So I just don't. Yeah, I just feel like at the moment it's just yeah. I'd rather just see we could beat a fucking former Yank that who's supposed to be who was supposed to be part who joined the club for that season and then fucking bailed out after he got relegated. He said he was going to be committed, and then he went to bloody Bournemouth. That just tells me this is on today. So
I just love how there's no way about it. It's just a former fucking Yank.
I needed to say it. I watched his interview earlier this week on Sky Sports. I just thought, fuck this. This is war now. Yeah, it's on. I can't believe I had to say the Tyler Adams derby because it bloody is. It would have been the Luis Sinistera, but he's fucking gone back to America, Latin America now to play. So technically, he's gone. So Lewis Cook, I still rate him because he's a former academy. He's different. He's least through and through. That's different. But when it's Tyler Adams, yeah, that's the play. I'm like, we fucking
Yeah.
hate you, yeah, because we know you were the players that didn't want to commit 2 seasons ago. You fucked off. So
I'll tell you what is a shame though, and I will say this: it is a shame what happened to Leone. I don't like Liverpool, but obviously the part Italian in me. It's a shame that obviously
yeah,
he's going to be out for a year.
I know that's a big miss, and I just think now Liverpool will need another centre back now in January, and if they go for Guerrero in again, it just would it not be surprised they have to get him in before he leaves on a free next summer, where a lot of clubs will be
Yeah,
interested in him. And then Kanate's situation is he going to go to Real Madrid next summer? We don't know.
I think he goes to Chelsea.
Ooh,
Yeah, I genuinely think he goes to Chelsea.
that will be interesting.
Oh, very. He did have a great debut. He's a very good defender.
Yes,
I still think he went to Liverpool too soon, but I suppose Milan's loss is De Winter's gain because Milan are on a 3 game winning streak with clean sheets, and we're going to beat Napoli, and that's going to be fun.
yeah, it will be interesting. That's a big game tomorrow. Shame I can't watch it because I'll be doing the championship review tomorrow night. So yeah,
You know what's even wilder? It's Milan versus Napoli. Then next weekend it's Milan versus Juve.
freaking hell, back to back games, man. You got
Leao's expected to start on the bench tomorrow, but he is expected to start against Juve. And to be
yeah.
honest, the way the system's playing, I don't think you can. I don't think you can afford to change the way it's playing right now. The system's working really well.
Yeah,
Mark Guay, I'm sorry, but he's not good enough to play for Real Madrid.
nah.
Not at this point in time, and he doesn't get in that Madrid defense. Like
No, he doesn't. He
Dean
doesn't.
Houston is amazing.
Yeah, I would choose over Housen and Gray at this in that Madrid. I cannot see. Yeah, it would not work. I don't think it will ever work. I really don't.
Exactly.
I see Gray going to Liverpool, but I think they will go. I think he will go on a reduced fee in January because they now know that they need enough. Now they lost Leone for the year,
Yes, absolutely.
and especially what could happen to Gomez, Van Dijk, and Kanate.
This is what I said to you a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
Liverpool need to start actually paying attention to their defense and properly fix it because they're happy to keep uh, Van Dijk, but Van Dijk's just as big a problem anyway.
mm,
He's another one. Like if Liverpool want to be serious going forward, get rid of Van Dijk in the summer. Get rid of Kanate. Get rid of both. You can't
that
afford to keep them.
that's a controversial statement from you with that one. Yeah, I know.
I always make them, but I'm always honest about it.
Yeah,
Because again, I don't wish injuries on players, but Van Dijk will have another serious injury, and it'll take him long to recover. And at that point, then what? Then what?
mm.
Like, forget all he's won. He's won a lot. He's reliable for Liverpool, but his injuries are there.
Oh, well, Chris agrees with you. It's not controversial.
Yeah, he's got elegance.
Well, we know Chris always has that. He's always had that in him. So I don't blame him for that as well. Actually, yeah,
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 exactly.
absolutely, yeah. But looking at the next fixtures, well, before the international break, we know we've got the Europa League coming up, the Europa Conference League coming up in the cup in after this weekend coming up for Crystal
Yeah.
Palace. So it's a huge week for them, especially the first game. We've got the Champions League's back on next week as well, too. As well, like I said, with you guys, you got no competition to play at the moment. So I would have asked you, but going into the Conference League stage, Crystal Palace they're at home. They go away. Sorry to Dynamo Kiev and Aberdeen at home to Shakhtar Donetsk.
They're done.
Yeah. Do you think Jimmy Telling's time at Pittodrie is over, especially the one the Scottish Cup last season?
Yeah, I don't think he can turn around, and I don't. I feel bad for him because it's not all his fault, but he can't turn this around. Like he genuinely can't turn it around. I don't know what more he can do. And Aberdeen don't look competitive either.
No,
In my opinion, they don't look competitive.
no, it's a huge worry. I don't think they're competitive. The way they lost 2-0 at Tannadice to Dundee United, you can see the fans' frustration of singing "Get Sacked in the morning." It's not good at the
Yeah,
moment for the club as well,
absolutely.
especially yeah. And then against Shakhtar Donetsk at home, that's gonna be a drubbing. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Stefan, I think the Eagles. I think they can go far this season. Crystal Palace. I think they will do. I think they're one of the few top three, 4, 5 teams could win it.
Hmm.
I really can. I think Fiorentina will be have their say on it as well. I think we were surprised Strasbourg get that further in the competition with their squad as well. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It will be interesting. I think Crystal Palace could do well this season, and actually, if they get further than what Forest are going to be between them in the Europa League and then now Palace in the Conference League, I think Palace have more of a chance than Forest winning that competition.
Yep, I agree. I agree with that.
And Aston Villa go away to Feyenoord in the Europa League, and Nottingham Forest to Midtjylland as well. You away to Strong Grants away on Thursday night. It's gonna be a tough night, and for you guys, especially with your poor run of form, I can see Strong Grants beating you guys on Thursday. I
Oh
would not be
yeah,
surprised.
100%. Yeah,
Looking in the Champions League, Union SG after their debut in there at home to Newcastle next Wednesday. Arsenal home to Olympiacos. It's a big game between Barcelona and PSG. PSG on Wednesday night as well. Man City,
I think that'll be a high scoring draw. Three
it will
three.
be. I think so too. Man City to go away to Monaco on Wednesday night, and Juventus go to Villarreal, which is another big game, huge game as well. Actually, Tuesday night, Liverpool away to Galatasaray. Uh,
That'll be a hard game.
yeah,
I think that'll be a draw.
Yeah, I do feel that as well. Chelsea home to Benfica, Jose Mourinho back at Stamford Bridge, and Real Madrid going away to Kiryat, the Kazakhstan club. They're going to have a difficult. That's a difficult trip to go down.
Yes, 100%. 100%. It's going to be a tough one for
Yeah,
them.
I do agree as well. Club Bruges with their good start in the Champions League, they go away to Atalanta. This is the team that beat them comfortably last season and not the playoffs as well. So this is another rematch.
Yeah. I think Atlanta will struggle this time.
Yeah, I think they will again actually, and also see Inter Milan against Salvia Prague, and top Spurs go away to Bodo Glimt. That's another trip to Norway again, and they went there a couple of seasons ago, didn't they? And they nearly,
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, they do have Sane in their team, Gundogan. I don't know what's going on with Osimhen, but they've got a decent squad. Yilmaz as well. Keep an eye out for him.
it's a surprising they spent the pay big for Osimhen, especially now, and he has been a bit of a struggle since he's gone to Turkey.
Absolutely.
Oh, I wouldn't even touch him with a stick, mate. He would not be. Yeah,
I wouldn't even bet on him to save my life if I needed to.
I know. Listen, I have with our manager we got. We're top of the team. We're top of the table at the moment in League Two. I'd rather, yeah, especially with Mixu, your former his favorite Mixu's now the director, sporting director as well. So yeah, I would not. He would not even touch. He would not even touch Russell Martin, not with that form, and especially we're only a point ahead of East Kilbride as well. Actually, with Douglas Samra, I'd rather have him than. So yeah, I wouldn't touch Russell Martin, not with that. No.
Yeah, he sucks.
He sucks big time as well. We're actually not too far finished the end of the show, actually, Reese. And like I said, it's not surprising, but do you expect a draw today at the GTEC Stadium for United?
No, I think we will win. It's just we really need to dominate this game and actually convert. If we can do that, we'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be interesting as well. I already asked you this, but you can see Rangers not winning tomorrow at Levy tomorrow.
Yeah, it's just Russell Martin. It's a dick.
Yeah, no, I understand that as well. I could see it's gonna be an interesting game at the road between us against Bournemouth. I think it will be a competitive game, but I wouldn't be surprised if Bournemouth sneak away with a win. I'll accept that. As long as we're competitive and and get a draw, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm the same.
Yeah, absolutely as well. But oh, what a game last night between Marseille and Strasbourg last night as well. Actually, you surprised how Marseille started well this season, and that they're both PSG after 6 games.
Yeah, I am surprised. I didn't expect that at all. In terms of like the quality they do have, they should be up there competing, but they have started very well. I'm genuinely quite surprised by how they've managed to maintain consistency in their games, but I'm still not going to praise Marseille in any
No,
life. In any lifetime, I'll never praise Marseille.
no, I don't as well at the moment. I really don't. Yeah, I'm not surprised as well. Well, like I said, if Ant's on tomorrow night to do the championship review, I know he was pissed off when they drew against West Brom and they should have lost anyway. But
Yep. Yeah, I don't know what more you can say. Really, that's embarrassing for them.
yeah, it really is as well. But the big games, he will be watching his Coventry against Birmingham City today. Where I see Coventry losing as well. So yeah,
Hmm.
and I think if Middlesbrough can win at Southampton today, I think they are in conversation. I think they are in conversation actually
Oh,
for
they are.
the top two. I think they are if they're winning against Southampton today. Yeah. But before we go, what's your controversial take on Blackburn has to replay that full game against Ipswich after they were winning 1-0 last weekend and Ipswich was down to 10 men and then the match was postponed due to the torrential weather. Do they need to replay that full game?
No, just replay the last 10 minutes, but just play it with 11 versus 11. Just
Yeah.
devote like man down due to the weather conditions anyway. Just give them the either you resume it from the 80th minute and you play 10 minutes, or you just move on. But ridiculous, Michael. If I give you my answer, I will get cancelled.
Yeah. I don't
I
want
I'm not. All I'm gonna say is I don't praise football clubs that actively cheat on a big circumstance, and I don't praise clubs that actively play certain types of human beings.
Yep.
I will,
That's where I do agree with you.
I will never praise them. Just like I don't praise Arsenal. Arsenal can play the best football in the world. I'll never praise them because of what they did for the past couple of years. I don't care, and I don't praise Arsenal anyway because they suck. But I will never praise Marseille ever.
Well, you've heard it here from Reese's lips. He's not mincing his words at all, and that's why he's my co-host every Saturday here on the Saturday Show. So
Scum club of France, bigger scum club than PSG. Plain and simple. At least PSG actually play football now and are tolerable and they actually build a decent team, but they're still money nuggets, but yeah, 100% the Marseille or the scum club.
Mm. Yeah, Eve, Full Ditches, what shit show, both are wrong direct decisions. Yeah, agree with you, Chris, as well. Agree with you as well. Well, Reese, that is us for the end of the show there. You got any stuff you're doing this week as well on your on your channel?
Well, I got back in Outlook this morning, finally, so I was able to update the prediction stuff for the shows, which had a massive change last night. So the whole show was ruined basically from this morning. So I've got prediction. I've got the update the predictions for tomorrow's show. I've got another gaming stream later today. It's my 13th episode of my long running series. So it's all AI today, doing that whilst I do the commentary because I'm a wrestling content creator. If you haven't told by the name, folks. So the weekly steel chair, I am 90, I think 90 subscribers away from 500. So I'm piling up that fast. I'm basically live every single day, but I do football and wrestling content. But I do football content on other channels because I keep wrestling on my own channel.
Yeah.
But the weekly steel chair. So I've got my own little promotion that I run on the PlayStation. So I'm doing that today at 6:30 p.m. UK time. If you want to watch, tomorrow I'll be reviewing the. I'll be reviewing Destruction in Kobe because I'm a big Japanese wrestling fan. I'll be doing that with one of my co-host Josiah and also a new guest host who'll be joining us for that. And also we'll be reviewing TNA Victory Road, so I get to slaughter them after
Mm-hmm.
after being angry at last night's show. I get to abuse them for putting more titles back in NXT's hands. Spoiler if you haven't seen it, I'm not happy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I've got that, and then not sure what else really, but also subscribe to this channel. They're flying high at the minute, so let's keep it going. Olympic Marseille fans are disgusting. Like if you ever get a chance, I do another football podcast. It's called the World of Football Podcast, where I absolutely tear into football clubs for their behaviours. Marseille's a club I tear into. I tear into Celtic on a regular basis because it's enjoyable. I tear into Liverpool because it's fun, but I also tear into Everton because Everton are a disgrace.
Yeah.
But I'm also very, very, very harsh on my own football club. Don't think I'm biased. I'm not.
Yeah. No, fair enough. Actually, let's finish off with this question. Actually, from Stefan, what do you think about taking prize for the same fans of English football at the top and championship level?
Doesn't sadly, I'm going to give you the most honest answer you can get. It doesn't matter who you are in football these days.
No, it
You
doesn't
you,
now.
you can be fully able, disabled. You could have half a face, a full face. You could be black, white, Asian. It doesn't matter who you are in the world we live in. You're going to get fucked over when it comes to prices.
Yeah, you
So
do.
sadly, it's wrong in general. Prices should be fair across the board for everybody. Instead, you've got clubs that are robbing you. That's why I barely go to football matches anymore. So there you go.
It's why I go. It's why I go to my non to Spartans every of the time because it's more accessible. I enjoy a bit more football
Mhm.
than going to seeing either Hearts, which I'm going to like, which I'm going to say, which is a bit different, So yeah.
I mean, know for a fact that me, you, and Doug will probably go to a game this season. That's what we need to do. But absolutely, like if you,
I've invited Doug to come round for the other Edinburgh Derby in October. So if you want to join us,
I'll be there.
yeah,
Absolutely, I'll
yeah, it's
be
on the
there
fourth,
for
yeah, it's
that.
on the 4th of October. If you want to come, yeah, come anyway. So
Fuck yeah, man. I'll be there.
all right, cool. Yeah. Yeah, come to watch Spartans against Edinburgh City. That will be I would come then.
But yeah, if you are a football fan, you've got a non-league club near you or a grassroots club, go and watch them. They're the clubs you should be giving your money to because they're the clubs that need the money more than anything. Go
Yeah.
to a grassroots, go to a non-league club. You'll get more excitement.
True. That is so true. That is so true. I 100% agree with that, and that's why I'm hopeful I still stay in the area where watching Spartans for the rest of my life, even though it's not possible. But I would still go to those games. Yeah.
I know you would. I know you would.
Absolutely. Reese, thank you very much as usual as well for joining me. We'll see you back next Saturday. And
Yes.
also, I will be back here tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. with the championship review with Michael and Annie and hopefully Ant as well. We will be discussing either we're doing the 20 podcast on Monday night because of Liverpool playing away in the Champions League on Tuesday, so Doug will be busy on that.
I'll see you. I'll see you twice next week then.
Yes, you will.
I'll see you. I'll see you for the show, and then I'll run for the train.
Yep, absolutely. We'll see you both. Yeah, we'll see you.
Times kick off.
3:00.
Oh, that'll be fine. There's no way I'll miss that.
Yeah. No, I'll be there. We'll be there. So we'll be there. We thought we'd just go just chill out. Yeah. So yeah.
Cracking.
Absolutely. But like I said, I'll be back here tomorrow night here on the Total Leave It Home Football Podcast. And thank you for Michael last week to do the show. I was out last Sunday with Annie as well. So from good fair play for him. But I'm back tomorrow night to be hosting as well. But like I said, please subscribe to my channel. We are now over 110 subscribers. We want to try to get up to at least 120. Probably before the end of October. That's my main goal. That one now.
You're
So
on
please,
115 now.
150, so we're only 5 away. So let's, please share this to everyone and keep subscribing as well. Really appreciate that. But like I said, enjoy your weekend, everyone. Take it for now. I'll see you, Doug, on Monday, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow night as well. Have a good weekend. Take it for now. Bye bye.